Ghost Tales.
There's a moment right between sleep and waking where your body forgets how to move. Your eyes open, your mind is alert, but something is wrong. You try to sit up, nothing happens. You try to scream, no sound comes out. And then you realize you're not alone.
Tonight, we're lifting the veil on one of the most terrifying experiences people across the world share: sleep paralysis. But these aren't just bad dreams, these are encounters, things people swear were real. So keep your lights on. Maybe don't listen to this one in the dark, because once you hear them, you might start wondering what's really standing in your room at night.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Amber.
And this is Girly Ghost Tales. Okay, so this first story is called The Thing in the Corner. A woman said she woke up in the middle of the night, completely frozen, classic sleep paralysis. At first, everything looked normal until she noticed something in the corner of her room. It was darker than the rest of the darkness. She couldn't move her head, but her eyes were locked on it. Slowly, it shifted, not walking, more like unfolding itself. Then it started moving toward her bed. She tried to scream, nothing came out. When it reached her, it leaned over her chest. She said she could feel pressure, like someone sitting on her. Then it whispered, "You saw me before." The next morning, she brushed it off until she remembered having the same exact dream as a child.
Oh my gosh. I don't like that.
I know. I've never had sleep paralysis before, but it's always been one of, like, my biggest fears.
Yeah. I know they say that it happens a lot to people who sleep on their back.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was pregnant, you sleep on your back or your side until you're so far along, then you can only sleep on your side.
Yeah.
But I was like so scared that it was going to happen. And last night when I was going to research some more like stories, and I was like, I can't do it at night. I'm too scared it'll trigger something.
I told Jake. I was like, I don't want to read these because I'm gonna fall asleep and it's gonna happen to me. And I like sleep on my back a lot. I'll like toss and turn, and I'll like end up like on my back with my hands like on my chest.
Yeah, I've ever since being pregnant, I've slept on my back a lot more just because I like to sleep with my head up a little bit sometimes, but I always get scared it'll happen. I like can't go to sleep on my back because I'm scared it'll happen. If it happens in the night, then whatever, but
that's how I feel too.
Ugh.
And apparently it's more likely to happen. I don't know if this is like completely true, but I saw someone saying like if you drink a lot and like it's likely to happen because when you're like drunk, your body can't fully go into like REM sleep.
Yeah.
So then after, like if you're hungover, a lot of people like have it when they're hungover because their body is trying to go into REM sleep so fast from like not having it while they were like drunk. So that can like trigger it, I guess.
Oh god.
So another reason to not drink.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so scary. So I found one on the lucid dreaming subreddit, and it's called "I just had the worst sleep paralysis I think a human can comprehend."
Oh.
Before I start, I want to say that I have lucid dreamt before, not intentionally, but I have. I also have had sleep paralysis before twice. They both were the normal ones where you saw a shadow appear and hold you down. I'm a high school senior and I play football. We had a game moved to Thursday, and I still had to go to school on Friday. On top of this, I had a test that I know I did extremely badly on, which isn't normal for me. But Friday night, I went out and had a good time with my girlfriend. I know, I'm a basic high schooler. I went home and stayed up until about 1:30, extremely tired, but just didn't want to sleep. I took a maximum power sleeping pill because I've battled with sleep issues in the past and these pills are normal to me. I went to sleep and it began. I fell asleep in a dream. I'm not sure exactly how or why, but I know I did. I then woke up in the dream, but when I tried to leave and go downstairs, I woke back up in my bed, still in my dream. The second time it happened, I realized I was in a dream and jumped off my stairs and basically clipped out of the floor like you were designing a video game level, and I was again sucked back into my bed. This is where things got horrific. I tried to wake up. I enjoy lucid dreaming and was fully conscious just as if I was living in the moment. I couldn't wake up. I tried to turn on my lamp beside me, but it wouldn't turn on. So I got up, walked downstairs, and yelled for my mom, but it was depressingly dark, and I was once again sucked back into my bed, awakening. I got scared, and then the demon came out. I never saw it, but I hope to God I never encounter it. I never encounter it again. It laughed at me, chased me when I got out of my bed. It had complete and total control over me. This continues for a couple of minutes as I try anything to wake up, pinching myself, throwing myself down the stairs again, and jumping out of my window. Each time I woke up, I tried to turn on my phone, turn on the light, and run out of bed downstairs and scream for my parents. Nothing worked, but what frightened me further is when I heard my dad walking up the stairs. At first, I thought he was coming to wake me up in reality, but I realized it probably wasn't, and I panicked harder. I threw a pillow on my face and screamed for my life, trying to wake my body up or anyone in the house that could hopefully hear me. But all I heard were my whispered screams. My dad walked into my room and grabbed me. It sounded like him as he told me nicely to wake up, but I kicked at him and still tried screaming before waking up again. I then just laid in my bed in defeat. The demon laughed at me. I picked up my phone and just stared at my blank screen before the demon told me anything I had in my hand wouldn't be there when I returned awake. I'm not extremely religious, so I didn't believe him, but I had no reason to not fear it would happen again. So I threw it across my room, but it teleported back to me. I didn't pick it up, but kicked it off the bed. The demon then said that it would kill me if I didn't go get it, so I jumped on the floor to get it, but it pushed me right back on the bed. It laughed at me as I sat there, absolutely horrified. The dream felt like it lasted 4 hours, and that to me is why it was so terrifying. The routine of checking my phone, getting up, and running downstairs literally felt like it lasted hours of just that. All the events that happened were hours apart. But I finally woke up for real. When I did the routine of checking my phone and trying to turn on the lamp, except it finally turned on. I then pinched myself just to be sure. I was so relieved. I was out of breath and had a cold sweat. The dream only lasted 30 minutes. It was 1:50 when I woke up. Anyway, I wanted to share my experience with people who might have had something like this happen to them. If you want to ask any questions, feel free to ask, as I try my best to respond. But somebody said, what you experienced was not sleep paralysis, but rather a series of vivid false awakenings, which caused you to panic the more and more it happened. The reason the demon was present was because you were scared and panicking. The simple thing to do in this situation is to take control.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
just take control.
Just
Wouldn't everyone do that then?
yeah, obviously.
It just
take
makes you
control.
wonder, like, why do some people have it, like, have sleep paralysis, like, all the time?
Yeah.
And some people, like, I've never had it before.
But then I also think they say, I had the worst sleep paralysis, but you weren't paralyzed.
Yeah.
That does kind of seem more like a dream now. Well, false advertising, but that's fine. Still scary, though, to be like, throw yourself off the stairs and then you just get back to your bed.
Yeah, and like seeing like demons.
Yeah.
I don't want to see
see
that at all.
No.
I feel like I'd be too scared to go to sleep ever.
Yeah.
If I had sleep paralysis like one time.
I saw this picture of on Reddit that was like a representation of like a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I don't like it.
I just wonder though, like, why do some people have sleep paralysis so often?
Yeah.
Like,
because there were some stories that I saw that were like, yeah, I get it every night. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I've seen some like that too. Like, how do some people have it all the time?
Yeah.
And some people never do. And some people have it once and never again.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so, I wish there was like more science to know why,
Yeah.
like what causes it.
Well, I saw one too because I found a lot of things that were like more like scientific sleep paralysis stories. And somebody said, like, okay, but I only had sleep paralysis in this one house and I never had it again. I had
I've
it
like
all the
seen
time.
that too, yeah.
So I don't know. I do believe that sometimes it could be just like a scientific thing with your brain, but I do think that sometimes it is paranormal.
Yeah, I know. I just wish we had more answers
I
and
know.
explanations.
Ugh.
But it's still fun to like read the stories about
Yeah.
it, even though we don't know what causes it.
Yeah.
This is also from Reddit from 12 years ago.
Ooh.
So this person said, I used to have sleep paralysis on a monthly basis. Most incidents were basically the same. I'd be sleeping on my back. I could see the room but couldn't move my eyes. Usually, dark figures would appear in the peripheral of my vision. The figures would terrify me. I had to scream myself awake. Usually, it would start as a low growl and developed into a scream. My significant other could testify to this, but a few occasions stand out. Once, I had a dark figure whisper into my ear. It was some sort of nursery rhyme. The craziest part of it is that it was mono. I could only hear it in the ear that was being whispered into. The scariest part was I was surrounded by dark figures and they were stabbing me in the abdomen. The pain was so intense. I went to the hospital that next morning and my appendix had burst.
Oh my gosh.
So that just makes me wonder, like, was it gonna burst anyway? And your brain was just like scared and making up a story of like, oh, this is what's happening to you,
Yeah. Or
was that happening and that caused it to
Yeah.
burst?
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, is it your brain like justifying what's going on, or is that something that caused?
But I've seen like some other stories too when I was like researching, trying to find different ones, like multiple people saying like, oh, I felt like someone was sitting on my chest and they woke up and there's like marks on their chest,
Yeah.
or they feel someone squeeze their arm and they have like bruises on their arm in the morning.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, like,
and like you don't just wake up with a bruise on your arm for like a medical condition.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand it.
like, is it another realm that's like it's actually happening to your body, and that's why you can have bruises and stuff when you wake up?
I don't know. Yeah, is it like Insidious where
Oh,
they're trying to get
God.
into your soul?
Yuck. I'm
Oh,
scared.
that's my fear.
Me too.
The next one I have, so the subreddit was victims of sleep paralysis. What is your run-in with the sleep paralysis demon? This one says, I actually have it fairly often, so much now that I realize when it's occurring. These days I just close my eyes and won't open them no matter what I hear or feel. Doing this, though, doesn't force me to wake up, and I still have to wait for it to end. I still feel and hear everything. Sometimes I feel like I'm being dragged somewhere, or just constantly feel like something is touching me along with muffled voices. That alone. That's what I always think, like, when people have sleep paralysis, I would just, like, close my eyes. But then, yeah, you're still hearing stuff. Ooh. Before I learned to cope with it, I've seen quite a few awful things. Horror films don't really do anything for me anymore because I've already seen the most terrifying things I already could. Here's a few things I remember off the top of my head. A little girl in the corner of my room staring at me. Then, without notice, she shrieks and runs up and starts choking me.
Oh, ew.
That's disgusting. A large dark figure, kind of a human silhouette, emerging from the foot of my bed and staring down at me. Something banging and scraping on my bedroom door. I keep it locked at night because I have had ones where it opens by itself. Edit. No, the door isn't open when I wake up. It only opens in the dream. My bedroom door opening by itself, followed by dark figures coming into my room. The earliest one I can remember is with my mother in the room, and she's sitting on my bed. Her face morphs into a demon-like thing. The worst thing is when you try to fight or call for help. Your voice doesn't work and your body will not respond. You just feel helpless. And then it says, "Oh, I need to stop trying to remember these things. I'm getting chills." The little girl one would. Child like things scare me.
Me
like
too.
that's my biggest fear is like Juniper's gonna like sleepwalk and she's gonna be standing at my bed just like.
Yeah. No thanks. I don't like possessed children stories. It just creeps me out. And I feel like they're not actually children.
No. I feel like no. Just no.
And especially because apparently, well, people believe that they can like present different ways to different people. So if it's a child that's like a little demon child, I feel like it's just trying to look like a child.
Yeah, just to like gain your trust.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is also from Reddit. This person posted like the top 5 that they remember that scared them. So the first one, they said, I was in my living room sleeping on the couch at night. I recall seeing my roommate walk quickly out of the hall and into the kitchen where I could no longer see him. Then I heard a young boy rapping at the glass sliding door behind me, saying, "Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in," over and over. I tried to turn around to see him, but I couldn't move. I slowly came out of it and realized my roommate was not in the kitchen.
Oh gosh! At first, when you said rapping at the door, I was thinking like rapping, like
I think that's
Eminem.
what he meant, like, because it just.
But I think rapping is like knocking is another way to say knocking.
Oh.
So I'm assuming it was the kid was like knocking and saying, "Let me in, let me in."
Yeah, I thought he meant he was like rapping, like,
was
"Let
like,
me in, let me in, let me in, let me in,
let me in, let me in."
But that makes sense.
I mean, it could be either.
Maybe he meant tapping.
It could be that too. Yeah. See, a kid. I don't like it. I don't like it. It also reminds me of like Black-Eyed Kids or something.
I know. Which I don't even want to like talk about because I'm scared it like
I'm scared it's going to attract him.
Yeah. The second one, he said, I was asleep in my bed, which bizarrely was up against a door, and the door opened. There was a large light in the sky, which was pulling me and my bed up.
Aliens?
I know. And also, I forgot I was going to tell you, yesterday was National Alien Abduction Day.
What?
Yeah. We didn't even get abducted.
Dang it.
So.
Kind of rude.
I know. I didn't know that was even a thing. Like
I didn't either.
A day.
That's crazy.
I wonder if it's because a lot of people were abducted on that day.
Maybe. They just chose a random day.
I was secretly hoping that I was going to see an alien yesterday.
Fingers crossed. That reminds me, I think like the beginning of this month, one of the days was like International Women's Day or something. And it was a Sunday and I go grocery shopping on Sunday. And I came home and whatever, I was showing Matt. So silly. I do the grocery shopping, I come home, and then I do a grocery haul for Matt, so he sees everything I bought. And I was like, and then you made me go grocery shopping on International Women's Day? It's not very feminist of you.
No, not at all.
But that's just what that reminded me of. Yeah, it seems very alien-esque. Like a bright light, and you feel like you're being like floated.
Either that or like being raptured back up to heaven or something. But that would be so scary to not be able to move and seeing that happen.
Yeah.
But that's all he said for that story. There was no additional details for that one.
That's crazy.
But this one would freak me out. He said, I woke up with a rumple of blankets on my chest, obstructing my view of the bottom of my bed. There was something like 30 pounds clicking and making odd movements on my legs, then my chest, then it peered over the blankets to reveal a very strange face with red eyes and no nose. Yeah.
Voldemort.
I know. That's like what I was picturing in my head.
Yeah.
Like, actually. But just like not seeing it and like feeling something on your legs. Like, oh, ew. I hate that.
That's a no-no for me.
The fourth one, he said, I was asleep in my bed and I woke to something holding my chest in an impossible way, as if it had a built-in handle. It was invisible. It dragged me off the bed and down the hall. When I woke up, I saw a large bee/fairy above me. I tried to move it away, but it disappeared when I woke up for real. Like a bee or fairy?
I
That's
feel like
so
they're
random.
too different, though.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm just picturing a giant bumblebee.
that's what I was thinking too when you said a bee. I was like, just like this giant thing.
Yeah.
With like a human face and pointy ears or something.
Yeah. Either way, just weird.
Yeah.
And this one is also just really weird. Also like creepy, but just weird. So he said, I was in bed in a cottage and I woke to seeing a small girl at the foot of my bed on a step ladder replacing a light bulb. And in the partly open doorway were two heads, one above the other, with bland facial features just watching.
That's so random.
I know.
Like some people I feel like have very scary things happen, and then it's like, I just saw a girl changing a light bulb.
And some floating heads watching.
Yeah, just like, I'd be like, hello?
Like, what does it mean?
Yeah, literally, what does it mean?
And why do a lot of people see the same thing, like demons or like a tall like hat man?
Yeah.
And like some
like
people have like random weird things like that. Like,
that is so funny, but so scary.
I know.
I'd feel like I was somewhere else if I woke up and saw that. I'd be like, where am I?
Me too.
I don't even know what I would think in that moment. I'd be like, huh?
I'm just glad that I woke up this morning and that it was morning and that I didn't have sleep paralysis last night after thinking about it.
Oh. This one says, I have a few different sleep paralysis demons and one sort of sleep paralysis guardian angel. The demon ones are the usual shadowy figures standing over me or by my bedroom door. The worst one was while I was laying on my side with my back to the door, and it felt like someone got into bed behind me, under the covers, and put their arms around my waist. Then it felt like they were cuddling into me, and I could feel breath on my neck. It felt like they cuddled me for about half an hour. All this time I'm trying not to show that I'm panicking, because it feels like I'm getting cuddled by a skeleton with claws.
Oh, ew.
Yeah. Oh, it was only about the second, maybe third time I had sleep paralysis. So I nearly had a heart attack when this thing feels like it's moving in closer to kiss me behind the ear. Gross. Worst of all, it whispered, not yet. You're not ready yet. I'll come back when you are.
No, don't come back.
To me, it sounded disappointed and excited. It felt like it was silently telling me it meant that it was coming back when I was about to die. Scared the fucking shit out of me.
That is so creepy.
I don't like when they talk.
Yeah. I feel like they like are making fun of you, like, you can't do anything.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't like it.
So like, are those real demons?
Yeah, that one feels...
I feel like because so many people see like similar things, I feel like they have to be like real, like in a different realm or something.
That's what I feel like
tap into unconsciously or something.
Like specifically the people who have very similar ones, like the Hat Man. I feel like that has to be real.
I feel like the Hat Man. Okay, I don't even like I was so young when this happened and it's only happened one time, but like earlier how you were saying like some people have sleep paralysis in a certain house and then they never do again. I used to like stay at my grandparents' house sometimes when I was younger, and they had like a bedroom downstairs and like two bedrooms upstairs, and sometimes my grandma would like sleep in the one downstairs, but I usually slept in that one if I stayed there or on their couch. And I remember like sleeping in that room one time and I like thought it was a dream, but now I feel like it was maybe like sleep paralysis. But like I saw like that tall, like, shadow figure with, like, a hat at the end of the bed.
Ooh.
But, like, that's all I remember, and it was, like, really quick.
Yeah.
But I, like, woke up and I was like, oh, I had such a scary, like, nightmare of this, like, scary guy with, like a tall, scary guy with a hat.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, was that the Hat Man?
Could have been.
That was, like, the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah, I feel like when you're that little too, like, you can't really make sense of the situation. So,
And obviously,
I mean,
when you're, like, a kid like that, you don't even know what sleep paralysis is.
Yeah.
You think everything is, like, a dream or a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. But it's just weird because it was only that one time at her house where I didn't usually. It was, like, one of the only times I slept in that room.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw it, and then I never have again. I was probably, like, 8 or something.
That's crazy. Yeah, see, it's like...
But, like, nothing happened. Like, he didn't, like, come up to me. Like, I just, like, kind of saw him standing there, and in my head was like, oh, that's scary. And that's all I remember.
Yeah, and I think there are some stories where it is just that. They just see him and then he's gone.
But, like, who is he?
Yeah, and what are you doing? What do you want?
And, like, I don't know. If he is real, it's not like there's just one Hat Man. Because, like, if multiple people are having sleep paralysis all the time, like, he has to be in so many places at once. Like, are there, like, thousands of Hat Man, like, demons?
That could be. I have heard that some people think, like, shadow people are a different thing to even, like, ghosts. Like,
yeah.
They're, like, their own... Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe there's just a bunch of them clocking into work and going to scare people like Monsters, Inc.
I know, that's, like, what I'm picturing. Like, they're like, oh, I better go find some people to go stand in their room.
Got a quota to make.
It's just so weird.
It is. I don't get it. I've also heard the Hat Man's, like, a familiar thing, like a family... Like, if you've seen it, one of your parents might have seen it, and their parent, like, it's kind of like a passed down thing.
But, like, why?
But,
why certain families then?
I don't...
Like, I just
don't know,
wish we knew.
Maybe back in the day a witch cursed them, and that's the curse.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird.
It is really weird.
But then he also says, my sleep paralysis guardian angel was a weird experience. I'd been getting sleep paralysis on and off for about 18 months by this point, so I could usually tell straight away when it was happening. At first, I thought it was the usual demon things beside my bed, but when I looked properly, I realized I could see a man kneeling next to my bed smiling at me. It wasn't a creepy smile, more like a parent coming in to check on their kid. He looked like he was dressed in a 50s style suit and hat. He didn't say anything, although I got the sense he was letting me know everything was all right and he'd look after me. The strangest thing about my sleep paralysis guardian angel was that I felt like I knew him, almost like when you see a relative you were around a lot while you were really young and then didn't see them for years, if that makes sense. I only ever heard about people seeing the demon things. I've always wondered if anyone else has seen any guardian angel type things as well. See, that one I wonder if it is not even like... Well, I guess if he wasn't able to move and only could move his eyes, maybe. But
like
if
an
that is just like a...
or
something, like
somebody on you.
I mean, if it's somebody dressed in the 50s, it probably could be somebody from his family.
That seems a lot less scary to me than a lot of the other stories that people experience.
Although it would still scare me a little bit to see a man kneeling next to my bed smiling, but...
I know. I can't picture someone that you don't know kneeling next to you smiling and it's not creepy.
Yeah, and you're not like, oh my God, hello? Who are you? I would think it was an intruder.
I would too. Okay, so... this person, so, like, all of these are from, like, 12 years ago.
This next one I was just looking at is from 12 years ago too.
So this person said, first, this is the most terrifying experience I have ever had in my entire life. Background: imagine I was studying abroad in Ferrara, Italy, a couple of years ago, living by myself in an old apartment building built in the 1400s.
Oh my gosh, I feel like that's crazy though, studying abroad and living by yourself. I feel like you usually live with like a family or at least like other college
Another
students or whatever.
student or a friend or something.
Yeah.
I would not be living by myself in another country.
No. Just anything could happen.
Paper thin walls, creepy old armoires all around the house. I had just gotten back from a vacation in Greece, not knowing the landlady was going to be doing some repairs. I enter my apartment with furniture in all different places. All of the chairs in the apartment were lined up neatly in a single hallway, and everything else was in a different position. I thought someone had broken in, but I was so tired from flying and being up, I decided to just take a nap.
That's how you know you're really tired. You're like, somebody broke in.
I need a nap.
I'll do it later.
They said, I remember this so clearly. I must have been asleep for about an hour and it all started. I had opened my eyes and briefly moved them about, scanning the room without moving my head, and I noticed a person walk in front of my bed across the room. He was dressed all in black with a hat on. Imagine a Van Helsing looking person, but I could never distinguish the face. I thought he was a burglar or something and that he was trying to rob me while I slept. In my mind, I was going to wait until he was done digging through a desk to the left of me and spring up and subdue him. I heard him start muttering something, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. I believed this was my chance and attempted to spring out of the bed with all my might, but lo and behold, I could not move. I let out a muffled, "Ugh." That's when the creepiest part happened. I heard the man who was just standing next to me say, "You can't move, can you, boy? This is what it feels like to be helpless," in a Hannibal Lecter voice.
Ew.
And he let out a maniacal cackle, which, when I think about it, still makes the hair on my neck stand up. I closed my eyes and tried again to spring up. Again, I sat up in my bed with such fervor that I sent the whole bed and frame sliding across the floor. My entire body ached as if I was just lifting weights. My heart was beating out of my chest, and when I looked to the left of me, nothing was there. Needless to say, I didn't sleep for a few days in fear of it happening again. That was the only time I've ever experienced that, and I hope to never have it happen again.
That's so scary.
And it's
See, I don't
scary
like it when they
because you're in
talk.
another country by
Yeah.
yourself in a 1400s apartment.
Absolutely wild. Oh.
So that just makes me wonder, like, if it's just like a residual haunting or like, I don't know, but saying like, oh, you can't move, can you?
Yeah, I
Like,
wonder though
ugh.
if like he heard it in English or if it was in like, where did he say it was in Italy?
Italy.
Yeah, if it was like Italian or something.
Yeah.
I'm assuming if he's studying in Italy, he probably knows some Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't, because then I wonder like if it's a ghost that is there or if it's something that's following him or, you know, sleep paralysis. But
it like seems like, because he said that basically the thing, whatever it was, didn't even like say or do anything to him until he like made that noise trying to get up, like it was rummaging through a desk. So like, is it just a ghost that used to live there and they're like, oh, where's my thing in my desk? Like,
that's what I think too. Like, I don't, that is really weird, but for it to say that too is so creepy.
And saying like, this is what it's like to feel helpless, like,
ew.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I've only experienced 3 times, but my first time was the worst. I've never had any visual encounters, but when it happened the first time, I was laying on my left side and started to feel that pressure on my chest. When I realized I was paralyzed and started panicking, something whispered in my ear, "Just coming in to say goodnight." That's when I felt like something was pushing me towards the edge of my bed. Terrifying shit.
Yuck. Just coming to say goodnight? Like,
Yeah,
who are
just
you?
coming to say goodnight.
I didn't include one of the ones I read, but it like creeped me out when I was reading it yesterday. They said that they were in their bed sleeping and like never had sleep paralysis before, and then when they woke or they like realized that they were having sleep paralysis, like they couldn't move or anything, but they didn't like see anything and they could like see their room, they just couldn't move or talk. But they said they just heard someone like banging on their front door like they're about to like break it down and they couldn't move or talk, or that would be like
so
almost
scary.
scarier than like seeing a person
Yeah.
and like hearing that.
You
I
feel like
would be
somebody's
so
breaking
scared.
into your house and you can't do literally anything. You can't even hide.
Yeah, that would be so scary. But I also saw like, I don't know if it's like true or not, but one of their like explanations for sleep paralysis is saying that like it's basically your body is in between being awake and being asleep and not like in the REM state. So a lot of people, why they see like scary things is because your brain is like projecting like your fears and like your nightmares into like what you're seeing, and that's why a lot of people, but it still doesn't make sense. Like I've never been scared of like, oh, I'm scared of the Hat Man. And I feel like a lot of people that see him don't like know what it is until they like see it. So it's not like everybody's like, oh, I'm scared of this same Hat Man, and that's why they saw him.
I know, it is a weird, that the people who see similar things, a lot of people, I feel like they're like, I don't even know what this was. Like, what is this?
Yeah. It's gonna be another question to ask.
I know, there's so many.
So this person said, this happened a couple months ago and I haven't told anyone because it sounds insane. I woke up in sleep paralysis and I could hear whispering, which I've heard before, so I tried to just ignore it. But this time it wasn't random whispering. It sounded like people talking over each other, like a crowd, but really quiet. Then one voice got clear. It said my name. I live alone, so that immediately freaked me out, but I still couldn't move. Then it said my name again, but closer, like right next to my ear. I remember thinking, don't react, because I've heard if you react, it gets worse. Then it literally said, I know you can hear me. I don't know how to explain the feeling, but it felt like something was right behind me, like inches away. I woke up right after that, but here's the part that messed me up. 2 days later, I was in my kitchen, fully awake, middle of the day, and I heard someone whisper my name from behind me. Same voice. I turned around and obviously nothing was there. I moved out like a week later.
Well, at least they got out of there. They were like, yeah, no, not for me.
I know, because I do feel like sometimes it is caused by the place that they live.
I think so too. Yeah, sometimes I think it's like, it's more of a paranormal experience than something with your brain.
Especially when people have it in one place and then when they move, they never have it happen again.
Yeah.
Like, that has to be because of the house for some reason.
And I think about what family was it? The one I think it was in Pennsylvania. The Ed and Lorraine Warren movie that just came out. Is that the Snedeker family or is that
the Snedeker one?
Is that the Snedeker one?
Which movie?
The one that just came out, The Last Rites. It's like
the Conjuring one?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the...
I swear it started with an S.
What are their names? I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Long story short, the dad, I'll look it up, but the dad, he was having similar things where like he was like in sleep paralysis, but then
and the wife said she saw him like levitating off of the bed.
Yeah.
Like next to her.
And that like makes me think that's more of a paranormal thing than just sleep paralysis. Yeah. Well, obviously if you're levitating off the bed, but
I would actually have a heart attack and die if I saw Jake levitating.
I'd be like, I'm out of here. You're on your own, buddy. I finally watched that movie too.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Smurl. The Smurl family.
The Smurl family.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, I think.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna watch it. And I watched it while I was working. It's honestly, the beginning is scary, but it's really not that bad.
Really?
It's not as scary as like the other ones, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because it's more a story of like
the family. Like
Ed and Lorraine and their daughter.
Yeah, the first one is like always gonna be like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I know. Ever. I was gonna watch it again the other day, and then I was like, I should probably work.
Yeah, It's like, it's just so good. And it's
So
so
scary.
scary. Like, oh, I hate it, but I love it.
I know. Oh.
Okay, this last one that I'll read is a short one, but it is creepy. They said, I get sleep paralysis pretty often, so I'm used to seeing weird stuff, but this one felt different. Usually it's like shadow people or whatever, but this time it was just a face, no body, just a face in the dark, and it was smiling, like way too wide. I couldn't see eyes or anything, just teeth. The first time I saw it, it was across the room. Next time, it was closer. Every time I had sleep paralysis after that, it got closer, like it was getting more comfortable or something. Until one night, it was literally right in front of my face. I could see every detail of the smile. It didn't look human at all. And then I heard a voice, but its mouth didn't move. It just said, You're getting used to this. I haven't had sleep paralysis since then, which honestly makes it worse somehow.
That's so creepy.
Like, what do you
Ugh.
mean you're getting used
Yeah.
to this?
Getting used to this.
Like, I literally feel like it's like a game and like they're just like having fun.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who can we go and like torment?
I don't like it.
I
It's
don't
too
either.
spooky.
The explanation that I was talking about, I don't know like if this is like accurate or not, but this person on the lucid dreaming like subreddit said sleep researchers conclude that in most cases sleep paralysis is simply a sign that your body is not moving smoothly through the stages of sleep. Rarely is sleep paralysis linked to deep underlying psychiatric problems. The sleep demon is actually a hallucination linked to sleep paralysis, which occurs when a person is jolted awake in the middle of the rapid eye movement or the REM phase of sleep associated with dreaming. You wake up, but your brain is still dreaming, and it's projecting your nightmares into the real world. Approximately 6 to 8% of people will experience sleep paralysis during their lives. The main symptom is being unable to move or speak during awakening. Imagined sounds such as humming, hissing, static, zapping, and buzzing noises are also reported during sleep paralysis. Other sounds, such as voices, whispers, and roars, are also experienced. These symptoms are usually accompanied by intense emotions, such as fear and panic. People also have sensations of being dragged out of bed, or flying, numbness, and feelings of electric tingles or vibrations running through their body. But it still doesn't really explain why.
It just doesn't make sense because then it just goes back to the thing like, is some of it just people's brain and then is it some paranormal?
But it still doesn't explain thousands of people seeing the
same
thing.
Yeah.
Like, everybody doesn't have the same fear that they're projecting.
Yeah. That was really loud. Yeah, that's the thing too, yeah. If it is some people's brain and some people's paranormal, but yeah, then why are they seeing the same thing? It just doesn't.
Yeah, like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I didn't even know like the Hat Man was even like a thing."
Yeah, until I had
until
sleep
I looked
paralysis.
it up. Yeah. Like, so it doesn't make sense scientifically. But it's still interesting.
Yeah.
And I still like reading the stories, even
I do
though
too.
they're terrifying.
Yeah, and I hope every single night that I don't have it because I will cry. I think I'll have a mental breakdown.
I feel like that's why I haven't had it, is because like God knows that like I won't be able to handle it.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, lock me up.
Yeah. Like I won't sleep again if that happens.
Yeah.
Like
Put me in a facility and give me sleepy drugs every day.
So if you've had sleep paralysis, we want to know about it.
Tell us your theories.
Yeah, or your experiences having it. Did you see the Hat Man? Or a demon child changing a light bulb?
Changing a light bulb. Thanks, girlies and ghoulies, for joining us. Come back next week for stories about Irish folklore.
Until next time, stay spooky.
Stay suspicious.
Good night.
Good night.
Girl.